Shout out to the artist in recovery slash Daryl P. Morning, dude. What's going on? Yeah, usual. It's getting closer and closer to tax time, and now I got to figure out the damn expenses that I've got. Yeah, talk. You, your channels are fine. You're following your mentor. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's been doing it for years, and he does his research for his work. Bo the Fifth and then Bell. And I understand Bo burning out like crazy. I understand that. It's a lot of work. Me, I'm doing it haphazard, and I really don't care because it's also burning me out as well. Looking and watching all this crap going on, it's scaring and pissing me off at the same damn time. And I know I got a foul language, and I am not making as many videos as everybody else and burning themselves out. No, thank you. Try to pace myself in a way that I'm not trying to kill myself. But the news is coming in hot and steady. By the way, how's your shopping going? Yeah, when Trump did his global crap, I thought he was out of his mind. My God, what the hell is this? This does he understand what he's doing? He wrote this bogus book called Art of the Deal, and he thinks this is going to be the actual layout of dealing with the world and everything else his way. Okay, fine. Individualist. We gotta admire on one particular situation there. As much as I think he's a con man left and right, he's been like that all his life. He's trying to find ways to get under people's skin so he gets his own way. And he's writing a handbook on the damn thing. He's got it out there for people to follow. Shit. But his actions right now are hurting people left and right. And we both admit that. We both know that he's a nut job and everybody else follows him. He's a cultist. Let's face it. Like Jim Jones and David Koresh and God knows what else we've got over there. Remember Heaven's Gate back in the 90s? Lunatic out there in La Jolla, California? Swore on a comment that there's going to be an alien out there waiting to scoop up people and take them to heaven and stuff like that. So you got this another lunatic out there, gets about maybe 20 people in there in this compound. Also does mass suicides. Just when a comet comes into view, I forgot which name of the thing was, but once he got in Earth's territory, he wanted his followers to come with them to the comet, and it's going to take them over to heaven because they couldn't stand Earth. They couldn't stand mortality. They couldn't stand the politics. They couldn't stand reality what was happening at this point. Most of us grew up under the 90s. You had your thing happening with your drug abuse, and me, I had fighting for survival left and right as a kid. 20-something-year-old snot-nosed kid didn't know his ass from hot rock. That's me. Scared to death of living mommy. I'm a mama's boy. What can I say? But I'm also a family man. I didn't create my own family, but I was in a family. And when you lose a family, it hurts like hell. By the way, you talk to your family, lad? I hope you have. Don't lose them. Don't lose them. You will not. You will not forgive yourself. I lost mine a long time ago. I got maybe one cousin who still talks to me. And she's already worrying about her husband over most of my lifetime, nearly 40 to 50 years. Lung cancer is taking his ass out. Yeah. And it's hard. I know Dennis from a long while ago, Vietnam veteran. Things didn't jive with him what was happening in his own world and what was happening with everything else. And he had his own ideas and ideologies going on. And my cousin resonated with it. But the thing of it, they actually created a family. Children and grandchildren. She was one of the cousins I still loved. I still do. Got a sister who was a pain in the ass. A young sister I kept trying to hug like crazy, and she never liked me in the first place. I was a hugger etiquette at that time. If I felt the inclination to hug a family member, I was going to do it. Pissed people off. My grandmother was so insistent. Yeah, she was an isolationist. She lost a big sister. My brother lost a big sister of sorts. Maybe a cousin, but she was something. Tony Ray. Georgia Lynn was the middle, and then Terry Lee was the minor. That family's been through a hell of a lot. But the thing is, I still love them. They're still family to me. Lung cancer is a hell of a way to go. I still have to keep monitoring social media on these guys. Once it hits Georgie, man, oh man, she's great. She's got to be lucky and grateful that she's got a large family net right there. That's gonna walk her through it. Makes me jealous as hell, artist. It makes me jealous as hell, girl. I mean, I didn't grow up with that kind of a tight knit family, except my mother and my grandmother. When she passed away, she was the matriarch. I mean, she was the matriarch of the family. You lose a grandmother, you lose the grandparents, man. You lose the head of the family right there. But it's not. It's like somebody I've lost that mattered a great deal to me, and I never got over it. Hell, I never got over Aunt May. She was two. She was about 2 or 3 years older than Grandma. These days, I get where she was at, dude. I get where she was at. She had a husband that she grew up with. This was the love. This was the soulmate, man. I came up on her where she was broken. I mean, I'd seen Uncle Al once. My family came up to Oakland to see Aunt May and to see Uncle Al under our grandmother's insistence because she wanted to see her sister. And that was the one and only time I actually seen Uncle Al. He was a cool dude. Short, but he was a cool dude. I don't care about it. Short. He was a nice guy. Aunt May had a thing about her Victorian furniture. You don't do this. She had rules. She wanted her furniture to be perfect. I don't know how the hell he had been able to deal with her like that, but these guys got along great. They got along great, and I missed them. Trying to keep the damn bugs at bay. I still got bug war going up for about 2.5 years already. Anyway, when she lost the love of her life, dude, oh man, did that tear him apart. That tore me apart to the point where she was grieving and couldn't function. I get it now. Back then, I was, young kids don't get deep things like this. Aunt May was put into a nursing home. All she could do was just stare in a corner. I remember Uncle Al. It got to the point it was breaking my mother's heart. She was going to rescue him. Had to fight the family on that one. I brought Aunt May down to Grandma, who lived in Bell, California. Small suburb, a community out in the city of LA and county. Weird how Los Angeles got, you know, formed, city and then the county around it. Anyway, Aunt May was still, stressing Grandma out, but these sisters got along great with each other. They didn't kill each other. That's the thing. And I thought Aunt May was. I didn't think she was mean. Maybe there was a sense about her, but some of the furniture came down from Aunt May. The rest of it got put in storage, but we also had a big foldable monster sofa bed. This sucker was heavy in hell. Oh God. Oh, try lifting this thing for so many years, moving from place to place. Drive you crazy, but it's a comfortable bed, comfortable sofa. I miss those damn things. Anyway, Aunt May's pain was so that she was perceived to be mean, but she didn't know how to deal and process with her grieving. She was still grieving like crazy. There was no way she was going to be able to get past the damn thing. And it takes one kid to get up on her lap, grab her by the face, and say, "I don't care how mean you are, Aunt May. I still love you." Or "I always love you." Somewhere in those taglines there. And whoever was watching this kid do this was spreading the story around throughout the family. I was the kid that changed Aunt May around. I turned it into a loving woman. And I don't even know how the hell I did it. I just got on her lap and just. I know she was mean, but I didn't know why. I didn't care. I was going to grab her by the face and tell her, "Look, I love you." And it was reported that she instantly melted. I think in a way that Uncle Al was working through me that I didn't even realize it. Wasn't even aware of it. And I got her to melt. Because, I don't know. She seemed to be in pain. I didn't want her to be in pain. She was a mean lady, and I didn't know why, but I loved that lady. There was something about me being young and innocent at the time, didn't understand the deeper complexities of grieving and anything else happening with that wonderful woman. The thing of it is, she became my best friend. One of them, anyway. To this day, I miss her. I grieve her. I mourn. And I loved that woman. I really did. A few years later, when she passed away, that was hard on Grandma, hard on Mom, because they were grieving and we were dealing with a hell of a lot of changes at the time. Moved from place to place. Dave's in the military, couldn't even come back. Didn't even know what the hell was going on. We couldn't get a hold of him. And these two ladies were going after each other until Grandma decided she was going to go for a visit to some of her kids down in San Diego. Next thing we know, a couple of days later, she's ending up in a hospital, stroked. God bless it. Ma spent the last 4 or 5, maybe years, something like that, trying to make up to Grandma by doing 24/7 on her. You talk about the hardest damn thing to do. I mean, Bo in the fifth column would try to think about news articles to pump out there, and it's a lot of research he does, yeah. But I challenged the guy if he was actually a caregiver at the time. Let's see how he tries to do that 24/7 with a lady who's lost half her brain and demonstrating it on a constant basis. I'm understanding more and more how my mother felt dealing with Grandma and Aunt May at the same time while dealing with a crazy dog. But she's not, well, not completely stroke rid. I mean, she's got mobility, but she's got memory issues. I'm dealing with that kind of level on an animal level. But for a human level, oh boy, dude. I think my mother, if she was alive to this time, we'd be having real major political discussions. So would David if he was still alive. The reason why I do the angle like I'm doing all the time, this was my brother's spot. My brother, growing up, had when he got out of the military, got himself, screwed around with the drugs and alcohol, but then got himself on the path of recovery there. Started trusting each other more and more to watch each other's six. Basically, he'd sit here, I'd sit on another opposite end of the table somewhere, and I'd watch his back, he'd watch mine, literally. I'd see what the hell's going on coming up behind him, he would see me too. So in a way, we were protecting each other's six. In a way. This I sit because I want my brother to be reminded and my mother to be reminded constantly that I'm watching their back and they're watching my back. They're dead. The hardest damn thing for me to admit, almost on a constant basis, is that they're dead. They've got ashes up in the cabinet behind me, always on my left shoulder. Because that is the hardest thing for me to be reminded on a daily basis, that they're gone. And it never gets any easier for me. It gets harder each year that I'm reminded of their passing. But also, I've been in a stage where they're in right now. 3 times coming back to life, and then have to deal with life on life's terms. I talk about these things on my channel. It helps me talking about it on my video. I mean, I could do the self video and just have a bunch of flash drives gather, and that's about it. Nobody else would know about me. That's fine. That could have been fine a long time ago, and I wanted to do that, but I don't know. There was a burp on butt on this one here. Seeing so many people talking about themselves or other things happening. I said, what the hell? I'll do mine. I mean, I've done a way few of them on a different channel. I was starting off. And wanted to tell things about maybe a little bit of a cooking I was trying several years ago, or emotions I was going through, seeing something that was really troubling me. I didn't do the videos earlier on, except maybe if I was trying to do some weather videos, and I was seeing portion of the Antelope Valley being blown away by heavy-duty wind, rain, dust devils, fire situations happening. That's why I had the other channel still there. I hadn't taken it down. It's old stuff. And after seeing Bo with the fifth column, I got to hand it to the guy. You know, I really got to hand it to the guy. Because he had a way of doing things, talking about things. I said, what the hell? Why not try to do it? But then people are doing the monetary crap. I want to get paid for their stuff? Oh, good Lord, I got to work for a living? How does that work? Wait a second, I did that for 30 frickin' years already. Nah, not going to do that shit to people. I'm not going to torture their ass and tell them with my hand sticking out there, I want you to listen and then pay me for it. I'm like, on that one. No, if I'm going to talk to people about it, I'll talk to people about it. I'm not going to keep sticking my hand out for the damn handout saying, oh, I'm so important that I want you to listen to me and then pay me for the damn thing. Give me a frickin' break. If I was a reporter doing a news station or working for a news station, maybe I'd do that. Only I wouldn't hand out the thing to people. That's the station. The station gets money from people and from sponsors that pays my salary. I'm not a reporter. Never been a reporter. So I don't do the handout crap to people. And if I happen to do a job, I do a job and get on with it. If I'm employed, that's one thing. I'm not employed. So I'm not going to be sticking out the hand saying, okay, I want you to pay me because I just told you some stuff. I'm inflicting stuff on people, dude. That's how I look at it. If it's a public service announcement, I can deal with that one. They've got their professions that they depend upon, you know, the cruising industry. If you're a booker, um, travel agent, a travel agent gets money from the people that they're servicing, from customer service. I understand that. So my question, artist in recovery, probably to all those other people that run these things, are you customer service? Seriously, are you guys customer service? Is this all a customer service situation over here? Public service announcements? Do we actually pay to do the public service announcements? I don't get it with YouTube at this point. They want people to monetize. They show their stuff and say, okay, now pay me for it because I think I'm so cute. Well, good Lord. I'm not so cute. I'm ugly looking. I'm ugly in the brain and I'm ugly looking physically, so I'm not the most handsome guy around there. Teeth falling out already, please. Rot like crazy. Bone is creaking. I'm a guy falling apart. And I'm dealing with it. Got my own neuroses going on. I've got anger issues at this point. I've got people pissing, upsetting everybody else left and right. Oh, screw it. Pissing off people left and right. And the language is not for people to listen to and laugh about. If it pisses them off, good. If it makes them think, even better. If they think I'm a lunatic, well, maybe. I'll deal with that when I know I'm a full of an idiot. But there's a lot of things happening right now. And I'm not taking a chance, and I'm not taking the opportunity to clean up the language at this time. If I think it's all bullshit, it's all bullshit. I call them on them. I don't get monetary from people left and right. I don't want the damn money. I'm not happy with the Social Security getting interfered with, but shit. Conform and comply to someone else's lunacy and insanity? Deal with it. Pride, ego, I know. I'm a prideful and egotistical person. But only if I think I'm better than everybody else. And I think I am better than everybody else in a couple of ways. But I'm not trying to shove it down people's throats saying, I'm fabulous, pay me because I think I'm so fabulous. And shove this shit down people's throats. No, that's the shit that we keep complaining about other people doing. And, I call it the way I see it. But the thing is, I'm not on a constant basis of attacking people left and right because their characterizations are such. They want to be the way they are. That's their own ego. I'm not playing the head game. But even though I do like to think that people are talking about it, I just want to pay for them. They're on the tube. It's free. I'm watching it. Cool. If we're talking about members and subscribers saying, we want to brainwash you. Pay us and we'll brainwash you. Change the channel. I'm not being suckered into membership shit. I'm not a fucking cultist. Oh, I'm this kind of labeled person. I'm this kind of labeled person over here. I'm this kind of labeled person over here. You know how many times I've seen that shit in my lifetime? Try to be a member and try to be an egomaniac at the same damn time. No, I'm not playing someone else's head game on this one. They don't like it, on it. I've seen it. I've seen people turn into cultists. I'm not a cultist, dude. Artist. DARRYL. Fuck. Dude, I'm not a cultist. Yeah, I follow you guys because I think sometimes you guys are talking about interesting stuff. So I listen. And I respond. But I'm not doing a membership kick when I think I pay you for your own damn ego. Nobody's paying me for my own damn ego, and I sure as hell ain't taking it either. Because that's a hell of a way to start up a major ego issue, and I don't want it. You guys don't like what I said? There's the door. You guys like what I said? Engage me in conversation. That'll be payment right there. Like it? Okay, fine. Like the stuff I got. That's cool. Like the melodrama. Okay, fine. You don't like the melodrama? Don't like it. You want to comment about what you see and hear? Good. Let's get feedback going. That works for me. At least that way, I can keep track of what the hell's going on. I don't have that many followers. I don't have that many people following this particular lunatic here. I got my own mental health issues, and as I said before on my channels, I'm using it as a barometer for my own damn sanity here. Going through the grieving process isn't the easiest damn thing, Daryl. Wait until you start losing people left and right, and it starts stockpiling on your ass. I've lost pets that I cared and loved a great deal, and that's hard. But humans as well? Doesn't matter if they are genetic, or if they're extended family, or if they're just friends. It still hurts when their departure leaves, because I have made that much investment into their life, and they made it into mine without even realizing it. And when you take that investment away, you got this empty red blotter in there. We want to put it into accounting things here. Meanwhile, I'm dealing with life on live stream. That's the only thing I can do, Daryl. This is the only thing I know how to do. If it doesn't match up with someone else's expectations, on them. I don't care. I'm getting too damn old for the head games. I'm getting too damn old for to trying to conform and comply. You know how many times I've been doing this all my damn life? Try to conform and comply to someone else's expectations, and I soon realized, what the hell am I doing this for in the first place? Seriously, I have to ask myself, why am I? Why? Because the thing is, I made a investment. I invested myself into that. Doesn't matter who or what the thing is. I made an investment. I want to see the dividends grow if I'm going to be turning into a money situation. If I want to see a seed turning into a money tree, I want to see this thing grow. If I want to see this turning into a relationship tree of sorts, a tree of friends, family, whatever it is, I want to see it grow. But tear the damn thing apart even when you have some of the roots still hanging in there, that hurts like hell. Even plants will scream in horror at us in that life forms. Scientists have been trying to prove this thing for decades. Sometimes they'll look like mad scientists, but they do. I've come across stories like that, not just on YouTube. Read articles about it and seen videos that were actually videos and not on YouTube. Amazing how some of these little things will pop up in my head, especially when I'm trying to talk about them. Things that cram in the back of my head I didn't even realize I was cramming until those things happen. Like, wow, I just thought about that one. It's interesting. So for right now, Daryl, let's just deal with what we're dealing with right now without losing our damn sanity. That's why Bell's taking over Bo. Bo fried. Bo is fried. He's taking time off to recover. It'll take him a while. I don't know how long, but prayers and positive thinking for the dude. That's the only thing I can tell you. And for her, for taking on a momentous job. Maybe he's turning it to be the research assistant for her. Let's see how fast she's going to be frying out. Anyway, that being said,